Good morning. For some reason, I thought I was on at 9, so I'm here. Don't worry, my remarks aren't going to be long. Welcome, welcome. This is great to see all the faculty back, as well as new faculty. We had last Tuesday fall kickoff for about 300 students, and it was an exciting day. They were here in this room and had tours of the campus, got to meet faculty and staff, and figure out where the business office is, where admissions and records is, financial aid. So it was a great day. You will be seeing lots of students starting Monday. We're going to have tables outside directing them. We're going to have a number of staff members directing them to the East Campus. Don't worry, East Campus. They will be there. Anyway, welcome, welcome. I have a few remarks I want to make to give you the state of the college address. I do this annually just to kind of look at where we've been and where we are. So past accomplishments is what I talk about in terms of the last year in particular, as well as identifying our goals and activities for academic year 15-16 and beyond. Tomorrow, we're having a college council retreat. We're going to look at a strategic plan, our mission statement. The college council will represent all the constituencies on campus, get an opportunity to kind of refocus and update the strategic plan and maybe add a few things. So that's going to happen tomorrow. I want to talk about the district first, the status of the district. The four major goals of the district, of the 9 campuses, are access and preparation for success, teaching and learning for success, organizational effectiveness, and resources and collaboration. I put that up there because we are very fortunate as a district in 9 campuses to get a rather large sum of money from the state, one-time money, this year. Next Tuesday, the board will vote to approve a plan to put dollars in each of those 4 categories. We are going to be the recipient of many of those dollars, obviously. I'll give you a couple ideas. We're going to extend library hours. We're going to hire more tutors. We're going to purchase some technology for mobile apps. Things that we've been wanting to do for some time, but of lack of resources haven't been able to do, we're going to be able to do this year. And so we're all excited about this. The state of California revenue was higher than expected. And since we are community colleges, part of Prop 98, we are beneficiary of those allocation of dollars. The thing you should know about the district is we're branding ourselves. And we're going to spend some dollars on rebranding or branding the district and the 9 colleges. Los Angeles Community College District is probably one of the largest in the country. And we need to use our size, if you will. I'm short and small, but the bigger, the better, right? So we're going to use our size to start really getting the attention at the federal, state, and local level. And we're calling ourselves the power of 9. If you have 9 campuses, you can do a lot if you're in unison working together. So it's a concept that we're looking at. It hasn't been well defined yet, but it's the power of 9. We did grow as a district 4.75 last year. We did our part as a campus, and I'll get to that. And we hired 159 tenure track new faculty this year. That's the size of a college, one college. So we're really excited about that. Mission College is doing pretty well. In academic year 12-13, we had 5,899 full-time equivalent students. We grew to 6,097 in 13-14, and now in 14-15, we grew 6,503. So in the last 2 years, we went from 5,899 to 6503, almost a 700 jump there. What does that mean? Not only does it mean we have more students and more students taking more units, it means that our fill rate continues to grow and our capacity in our buildings are reaching its limits. So I'll talk about that in a minute. Our ending balance was a positive $350,000. We were a little worried because when you grow, you have to invest on more faculty, you have to invest on supplies, you have to invest in maintenance and operations. But yet, I thank all the faculty that worked very hard we still have the largest average class size in the district. We're at 34 per class. And I want to thank my Vice President, Daniel Villanueva, for being diligent and making sure we're watching our budget. We don't always appreciate no, but we understand when he says it. But I also want to thank my other Vice President, Michael Allen, for really working very closely with faculty and staff around enrollment management, making sure that we are meeting those numbers efficiently. And that was done. So Michael Allen, we'll give you a hand too. We hired 12 tenured faculty, 11 classified this past year. And I'll talk a little bit about the future. We're going to be hiring more. Our budget, 13-14 was 28,566. Our budget in 14-15 is 30,065. This year, that should be 15-16, is 33,024. So you see we have the jump there. Our budget is growing. And that's because we have more students full-time and our apportionment continues to grow. This is our base budget. Doesn't include other things like federal grants, other kinds of funding that we do receive. Academic affairs, I'm not going to talk too much about because I'm going to leave that up to Vice President Allen. But I do want to say that I know we have a full agenda this 15-16. There's lots going on. A couple of things I wanted to mention is the growth of non-credit. Non-credit now, enhanced non-credit is dollar for dollar, so it's the same as if it's a credit class. We get full apportionment for non-credit, and we have grown, I think the last statistic I've seen is 16 or 18% over last year in non-credit sections or students. We are also being tasked by the state of California to increase concurrent enrollment. The idea being the completion is a national concern, state concern. We want our students to complete in a timely manner so they can continue to be eligible for financial aid, which is 6 years cap. You can't get financial aid after 6 years. So we don't want our students to be hanging around 3, 4, 5 years here and then go to Cal State Northridge or UCLA another 3 years. We want them to get a jump start. So concurrent enrollment is one of the strategies. We start offering high school students credit classes. And I think we have 28 sections ready this fall for our high schools we serve. Adult education, we are in conversations with the LA Unified in Burbank to offer adult education courses through our college. This is still conversations, it's still in the planning stage, but again, the state of California, Governor Brown, has tasked community colleges to merge with adult ed and offer more opportunities for adults. We're going to continue with our science, technology, engineering, math effort here. The proposal is due in May for continuation at the federal level. I want to thank Professor Mike Fenton for his hard work in running that program along with his staff. They're doing some exciting things. We have now almost 446 college students and 200 or so high school students in our STEM program, so we're almost reaching 700 STEM students here at Mission. That's a great achievement. That's something we've been wanting to do for some time. And then finally, I want to mention that we do have a full plate and would like to move forward with more career technical education offerings. Again, community colleges have been tasked by the federal government and by the state to offer more career technical education opportunities. Workforce is extremely important. Economic development is key, and community colleges have been tasked to offer that and make sure it grows. So we're going to be doing quite a bit with that area. We are looking for a new dean. Our former dean retired, and so we'll be moving forward with career technical ed. In administrative services, again, I won't chat too much about that, except that our business services area continues to be very productive and, again, meeting the ending balance, positive ending balance. We are continuing to explore entrepreneurship opportunities with culinary arts, our multimedia program, and a number of other areas. We are continuing to pursue grants and contracts. You should know the district has hired a advocacy group in DC to look for grants and contracts for the Power of Nine. And we are in touch with that resource. We have a bench of grant writers that have been hired by the district that will be made available. We are talking about how we're to pursue grants here on campus at the College Council in terms of making sure that it's processed and supportive of faculty and staff. And finally, our facilities. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but we're blessed to have such beautiful facilities. And when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, well, we're blessed to have beautiful people and beautiful students in these facilities. Student services, we're going to be hiring a permanent vice president of student services. We've got the committee assembled. There are 5 colleges looking for vice presidents of student services in our district. So we're all scrambling to get the best and the brightest and the sharpest and innovative individuals. I've asked Vice President Danny Villanueva to head up the committee, and we've assembled the committee. The committee is going to start working on screening applicants and interviewing applicants and recommending applicants to me for consideration. I must say that the effort is going to be very, very important. This is an extremely important division, and we're going to look for the best person possible to help us move forward. We're currently going through an assessment and some ideas around reorganization of student services. I met with the managers yesterday. I met with the Student Services Support Committee yesterday. I plan to continue these meetings. We've hired a consultant to assist us who has long history as a student services professional to assess just where we are, where the gaps are, where the resources are needed, and how do we move forward. So whoever the new permanent vice president is, that person will hit the ground running with a team that's going to really serve our students. I mentioned student equity because in addition to the $33 million base budget, we do get categorical funding. It's state funding directly to the campuses on an annual basis, and one of the funds is student equity. This is an effort of the state to look at groups that are not achieving and learning at the levels of the general population. We have identified 5 groups through our data. Veterans is one. Disabled students is one, foster students is another, ESL students, and finally male students, believe it or not, particularly African American male students and Latino male students. So given that effort, we are going to be doing some interventions this year, programmatic approaches to try to assist these groups to achieve at higher levels. I have been in conversations with different groups. The veterans is one, disabled students with leadership from our Associate Dean of Disabled Student Services, Larry Resendez. I've also had visits from individuals wanting to start Umoja, which is an effort to increase African American male success, and have had conversations with Puente, which is another program to increase Latino success. LACCD is having its first annual Disability Summit October 30th. You're all going to get an invitation. It's open to everybody, but particularly administrators, deans, leadership of campuses. We're going to have a high-powered agenda, national speakers, and this is a way for us to really focus in on accommodations, the future of disabled student services here at all the campuses. Our favorite word, accreditation. We're in the thick of that. We are going to have a visit. All 9 campuses are going to be visited spring 2016 in March. So we're in the throes of our self-evaluation, what we used to call self-study. We have writing teams for Standard 1, 2, 3, and 4. All of this is on our website, so you can get the information. We have also new requirement by the ACCJC is to write quality-focused essays on 2, no more than 3, I think, long-term efforts that the campus wishes to pursue. So the Accreditation Steering Committee, which is made up of faculty and staff and administrators, co-chaired by Vice President Allen, who is our Accreditation Liaison Officer, and Kelly Enos, the Professor of Administration of Justice, is pulling together the writing teams, overseeing that the self-evaluation is completed. It needs to be done no later than November 1st, or therein. I don't have the exact timetable, but it has to go to the board for review and approval in December, January. We have to get it out, so it's a quick turnaround. And I want to thank all of the faculty and staff that have been working so hard, and students on writing the self-evaluation. We have a core writing team that's reviewing all of the drafts and coming up with the finals. And then finally, we need college-wide participation, and you will be getting the draft self-evaluation during the fall for your review and comment. And we will have a town hall meeting regarding it because it needs college-wide participation. Initiatives. There are many that I'm looking at. I mentioned career technical education. There's some initiatives there that I'm interested in pursuing. We have 4 career pathway grants which come through the State Department of Education. There's plenty to do there. It's in multimedia, it's in biotech, and another one that we got from labor. We're starting this fall a certified nursing assistant program, and I want to thank Gina Ladinsky for helping put that together. Thank you, Gina. The actor Danny Trejo, I don't know if you know who he is, but he was on the Snickers commercial during the Super Bowl. He's made about 300 films. He has approached us, he's local, he grew up here in Pacoima. He has approached us to develop an institute, an entertainment institute, and so we're in the middle of negotiating an agreement with his foundation. He will raise the money for us to upgrade our theater arts, our multimedia, our art and music areas. There are also opportunities in the entertainment industry in the business area. I will be talking to Vilma about this. I haven't had a chance. And your faculty around training business agents. He has contacts there that want to come and assist us how to be a business person in the entertainment industry. And also we're going to get catering advice from the professionals in the industry, are going to come and work with Louis Zandalasini and the faculty there on catering in the entertainment industry. It's a huge industry, many jobs. It's not just in front of the camera, it's behind the camera. So I think this is a great opportunity. I'm researching work on mental health, as you know, is a huge issue in the nation for college students, and particularly vets and others. Also, there's been a lot of interest for us to pursue some research and training around autism for adults. 1 out of every 8 students out of LA Unified have some form or on the spectrum of autism. So that's an area I think we should explore, I think we can offer. Community colleges are going to be the recipients or the receivers of these individuals. We need to be prepared. Veterans Initiative, international students, the board wants us to increase our international student presence, so we're going to be working on those initiatives. I talked about student equity and reentry. I just got a very nice email. You should know that we have a Ford Foundation grant through our LA Mission Foundation to assist individuals who were formerly incarcerated to attend colleges and universities. We have several of those individuals here with wraparound services provided by the LA County, and it is very successful. I just got an email that out of 31 last year, only 1 returned to prison, or rather detention. So what a recidivism rate. You should know the recidivism rate of LA County Pitches Detention Center is 70% in 2 years. It's an economic drain on all of us to have individuals continue to be housed in a $60,000 cell when they can go to school for $10,000. The bond program. So you probably have heard this, but I want to announce the Media Arts Building, or what we call Art, Media, and Performance Building, will be completed November 2016, in 1 year. We're going to occupy it spring 2017. We have 30+ classrooms. We're going to have theaters. It's just going to be magnificent. I did a walkthrough 2 weeks ago, and I could visualize the beauty of this building. So finally, it's going to be completed. We are in the throes of ADA transition. I apologize for the elevators not being ready, or situations where there's inconvenience, but we have been tasked, all campuses, to transition over a period of time and make sure that we meet ADA compliance. So we're doing that as well. Our central energy plant, the award has been given to a contractor to build our central energy plant, which will serve, includes the East Campus. It includes dollars for the East Campus to get connected, so that both buildings there will have an efficient energy source, and as well as our campus here. We will have what we call a fuel cell system that will store energy, so then downtimes when we don't want to spend gas and electricity, we can use our own source. Future bond projects, I want to talk to you a little bit about that. We're going to discuss that at College Council. I would like to attend the EPC to talk about where we're going with our academic master plan, but there were 4 projects that were deferred in the original list because of lack of funds. Student Services Building, the library, 2nd floor, plant facilities, which is making sure all our custodial landscape, all our maintenance and operation personnel have a facility for all their equipment and technology they need. And finally, athletic fields. Those are the 4 that were deferred. So I just want to reconfirm with everybody that these 4 are still on the list, because we may have a new bond next year. And the board is going to decide that in the next 30 days. We may have, in the general election in 2016, a bond measure. And so Mission has to be ready to jump. As soon as that money, if and when it becomes available, we need to jump on it right away so we can get our stuff done. So that's a conversation we need to have. Sorry. I wanted to mention the foundation. The Los Angeles Mission College Foundation is really making quite a bit of progress. We've gone through a reorganization this past year. It's been very healthy. We have two of our foundation's members are right here in front of me, Sylvia and Robert. Yes. Would you stand up, please? Sylvia and Robert, so please talk to them. They have been the foundation, been very supportive of a number of college programs and continue to be supportive of those programs. Their biggest fundraiser is now called the San Fernando Food and Wine Festival, and we are going to have one next May. We're already planning it. It's going to be bigger and better. And I must say, kudos to Culinary Arts. The food was absolutely delicious this past year. It always is. In fact, our president, Albert Alvarez, I think he's here today, just to say hello. If not, Sylvia will, or Robert, both. Went to another food and wine festival in, I guess it was Paso Robles, I think, or something. And he said the food was horrible. They had a successful audit. They've been audited both programmatically and financially, and it was successful. And we are planning a President's Circle dinner. We are going to have it in the fall. The President's Circle is faculty and staff can donate monthly through their checks to the President's Circle. The purpose of the President's Circle, as part of the foundation, is to assist students with scholarships, but also to be made available for faculty and staff and student activities on campus. So we're inviting you to come. You're going to get a beautiful free dinner from Culinary Arts, and it's going to be very, very nice. So those that are members of President's Circle, please look forward to having you bring somebody. So we're going to announce that. And the lastly is that we're collaborating, I mentioned the Ford Foundation, but the district as a whole is collaborating with national foundations to have them work with our foundations on college projects of interest to them. Finally, community engagement. I just laid out a few. You should know that your president, as well as many of us in this room, are always working externally as well. We are a member of the Valley Economic Alliance. We're part of a regional business roundtable advancing advanced manufacturing. You should know that manufacturing is back. It's coming back to the United States. And you should also know that infrastructure is back. So there's plenty of business activity going to be going on in the United States and in this valley. I don't know if you know, but the valley has some very sophisticated manufacturing industries. So I'm part of that. Community in schools is part of our joint effort to assist reentry students. And unions, we continue to work very closely with unions. I attended the unions with what we call the Project Labor Agreement. Los Angeles Community College District has what they call a Project Labor Agreement that guarantees that unions and others must live by. And the labor agreement is 35% of all hires have to be local hires, which means they have to come from the zip codes around Mission College. Now that is really something I've been pushing for since I've been here. Because when I got here, we had no people working in our construction from the valley. And I couldn't figure that out. I said, how come? So I worked on that issue, and by the way, it's now adopted as policy. You must have 35% of the workers, subcontractors, coming from the local zip codes of the colleges. Now, if you can't find them, then you go to the LA County as a whole. And then if you can't find them in LA County, then you can go to Orange County. But the idea is to make sure that local people that send their kids to our school build this campus. So that's the idea behind it. Thank you. Thank you. I mentioned the Business Roundtable. Congressman Cardenas wants to host a conference of manufacturers here October 2nd. It will invite all of the CEOs of manufacturing in the Valley to come. Congressman Cardenas is our congressman, is on the Energy Subcommittee, so he wields a lot of leverage with the industry. So we're gonna host him here. And the idea about the Business Roundtable is to begin to discuss how we can interface with them with regard to the technical skill people they need. I met with the manufacturers. You should know that machinists aren't machinists. They actually 1/3 technology, 1/3 math, and then 1/3 they work with a machine that costs a couple $1 million. It's a very high-tech job. And I think we need to pay attention to the fact that people do need work, and we may want to play a role in making sure they find that work and they get those skills. We continue to work with our schools. I'm on the Los Angeles County Office of Education Board of Education, so I have a lot of contact with them. We have contracts with them in our culinary arts program, where we are assisting individuals who have dropped out of school, want to obtain a skill. The LA County is a $22 billion operation. We're the largest in the country. And we have the largest Head Start in the country. We also serve all of the foster kids in LA County. So there's a number of initiatives that we're going to partner with them as a community college and community colleges throughout our district. And then finally, I have a President's Advisory Committee that I meet with quarterly. We're probably going to meet the end of September to talk about issues that they want to discuss regarding our community efforts. So we are soul searchers. We together, and we, myself, Danny Villanueva, and Michael Allen, we're going the long and winding road. We have to continue the trek. We ask not what the college can do for you, but we ask what you can do for the college, taking that from JFK. We need to take responsibility. You know, it's not your president that's going to do everything. It's not your dean. It is not your faculty chair. It's you. It's within you to make a change and make a difference. We want to raise the bar this year in terms of our performance as individual staff, as units, as teams. This is a theme that I've discussed with student services in particular, that we want to raise the bar of our service for our students. We need to reflect. We need to reflect often. I want to, at this point, ask anyone who attended Courage to Teach this past June, would you stand up, please? These are, thank you. I want you to look at these faculty right here. Thank you, Louise. Courage to Teach was a training opportunity for faculty to spend a week, or actually 2.5 days, looking at who they are and why they got in this educational enterprise in the first place. What is it inside you that makes you want to be a teacher and want to work in education? What are those motivators? I did attend a couple of the session, and much of the session was reflection. I want to reflect on why I got into this in the first place. It's not just a job. It's a calling. That's why I did it. So those individuals are there. I know they bonded. You might want to ask them about it. We want to do it again. It's an opportunity just to be quiet and spend time. And I remember Vilma saying, oh my God, because one of the first things, turn off your phones. And she says, but I'm used to multitasking. No, you can't. You got to think about who you are and what you're feeling. So that was a fun moment. Have patience and sensitivity, serve your fellow men and students. So with this theme, you recall in 2012, I was a pilot. the captain of an airplane, and the big deal was we're going to hit turbulence, we'll get through it. And we did hit turbulence, and we got through it. We did. In fact, the accreditation issue was resolved the following year. So I was a captain of the aircraft. And then last year, I was your skipper of a ship. You recall that? I couldn't find the photo. I'm still looking for it. So I had to take this recently. But that's my skipper hat. And this year, we're going to be soul searchers. Yeah, now, it is a little gray, but that's because we're trying to seek wisdom. But the three of us have decided we want to search our souls and search the soul of LA Mission College, because our soul is beautiful, and we have much to do, and we enjoy doing it. But the road might be a winding road. We flew in to the airport. We took a ship, and now we've landed. Now we need to use our souls to trek through perhaps a long and winding road, maybe a river, mountains, or hopefully it'll be more of a straight road to the mountaintop. So as your three Buddhist monks searching their souls, we invite you to join us, and we join you on our journey. Thank you.